AI Infrasolutions, we make geospatial intelligence accessible to all. I would like to start with a more personal story. This is my grandfather. And I had a conversation with him when I was around 13, 14 years old. And I really looked up to my grandfather. And we all have had stories like this. We all had a conversation about your career. What are you going to do with your life? What are you going to do with your career? Look, my grandfather was a dike architect. He was designing and building dikes and rivers all around the globe. And as a result, my father also lived all around the globe. Of course, joining my father in the family. And I really looked up to him. And he asked me this question, and I was like, yeah, 13, 14, yeah, well, you're puberty. He said, let's be honest. And I probably gave the wrong answer, because I wanted to become a soccer player. I wanted to become this guy, Marco van Basten. Hopefully we have some soccer lovers in the audience here. Yeah. So, and by the way, he scored the most beautiful goal ever in a cup final. And it's just for the soccer lovers here. But also we have a conversation like that with a family member. Of course, something stacks, right? We all had these conversations. And this is what my grandfather said as well. And I remember this as of today. Because when you design, redesign, or let's say build rivers or dikes, it is not, a river is not in one country. It goes from country to country. So what he taught me is, look, you always need to work with locals. It's about the local domain knowledge. Although I have all the knowledge about building dikes and how to design them, without local knowledge, I have nothing. So it is about local, let's say local ecosystems. It's about communities. And this is exactly what we do as of today. Although we started in the Netherlands, we wanted to start as a company that was only translating, let's say, raw data into information and maybe into intelligence. And what kind of data? Mobile mapping data. That's cars driving around with sensors on the roof, capturing data, not only imagery, also point clouds and a really high-end GNSS, which is about location. And then we got incoming data sets from all kinds of companies in the Netherlands. But the problem was there was always something wrong with the data. There were always issues. I would say that half of 50% was poor, but also 50% that we received was not consistent. And if you don't have consistent data, you can forget about AI models. It's not going to work. So how are we going to solve this? Well, let's buy a second-hand mobile mapping car and start at the beginning and really understand the process. And then we're in the middle of a big problem. It's a system change, as I call it. And what does it mean? If you have a system change, it involves looking at the complex social systems that we have. It's about thinking about values and ideas. It's about organizing and structuring networks and data. It's about the practices, how do we behave. And what do I mean by this? I think 5 to 10 years ago, it was no problem to have data everywhere, right? Most of the times, big American tech, and we all work with American tech, and we continue to do so. But I think today, in Europe, we realize that we need to do things differently. We need to reorganize stuff. And it's not only American tech, it's also Chinese tech. Right? And this is going really fast. But when you capture data like we do in the Netherlands at scale, if you put that in the cloud, that's not ideal. And what I mean by the system change here is that we need to redo stuff. We need to reorganize. And we are building this end-to-end solution where we believe data should always be controlled locally. It should always be stored locally. And if you have control over the ecosystem, then you combine let's say the street level data sets also with aerial data sets, with drone data sets, with satellite, but the domain knowledge should stay local as well. So the AI model should also live locally. It's about a local community, a local ecosystem. So we need to overcome, let's say, challenges like this. And again, we will work with these big companies, of course, but we also need to redo stuff. The way we handle data, it's like this. It's like we almost do not care where the data lives, right? We all download apps on our phones and we do not even realize what happens. And I think slowly we are realizing that we need to think differently. So I think we should treat the way we process data more like plutonium. What do I mean by that? It should be really careful. There should not be any pollution whatsoever. We really should make sure that the data is stored locally and it's really controlled locally. So this is how it looks like. Processing it in this way, it means it's about fairness, it's about reliability, it's about privacy, it's about transparency, it's about sustainability, and it's about accountability. This is the problem that we saw. As I just mentioned, the sovereignty is an issue, but also the data is often outdated. You see it's expensive and it's too inconsistent to scale. So as a result, you will not have performing AI models. And that's something that we all underestimate. Performing AI models is really difficult, but you need to have structured data. Otherwise it will not work. So a foundation is needed. Otherwise, this is something from Gartner where you see, okay, what can we expect from AI? Well, there's a lot to expect, but if you do not control your data in a proper way, if you do not store it locally, because also storing it in the cloud is really expensive if you start moving your data from A to B. We capture the Netherlands nationwide. You talk about petabytes. It's so expensive if you do that in the cloud, but also to move it from A to B, it's really time consuming. So we do that locally, but structuring the data in such a way that AI models work, it's really difficult. And if you want to combine not only not only your AI models based on your street level data, but also on aerial data, or on drone data, you need to connect the dots properly. Otherwise, again, you will have disappointments. So we need to make sure that we balance it out and that the AI models work locally. So if we go to another country, the AI model that we bring there, first of all, is a foundation model that most of the time works on point cloud data, which is, you can measure everywhere, right? You can get a shape out of a point cloud everywhere. So this is probably a sign, this is probably a building. But then the work starts. Locally, we train the AI models, where we localize, give traffic signs as an example. Traffic signs in the Netherlands are completely different than traffic signs in Germany or traffic signs in Australia. So you reuse parts of the AI model, you place them in the country where it's captured, and then you localize the AI models, meaning you connect them also with the local legislation, you make sure that all information is in place. That is really difficult, but if you do so, you make a difference. So what we're building, and I think I made the first point, with the upcoming compute power, we cannot imagine how big this will be in the coming 3 to 5 to 6 to 7 years. If you have all these data sets, and you have structured them, and you can compare them, and you have also the information about the outside world, so you know about the traffic signs, you know about the buildings, you know about where the trees, not only where they are, but also more information layers, then we probably can redesign whole city centers by asking questions to technology. Again, I think it should be owned locally, it should be stored locally, it should be local domain knowledge in there. So what we're building is a geospatial search engine for the world, and we don't do that on our own. In the Netherlands, we do end-to-end ourselves, yes, but when we go to other countries, we do it with partners. We're creating this global network. And we combine it with a marketplace. We cannot imagine, a marketplace means that we already have the data. And that's not possible today. Well, although we do it in the Netherlands, we're already starting. But imagine you capture a whole Bundesland or you capture a whole state. If the calculation power is there, you can already extract everything. And you can make it available online. Again, owned by locals, and the data is stored locally. But you can make it available. So in the Netherlands, we do this. Built in the Netherlands, end-to-end. This is the company where we are as of today, founded in 2019. This is where we are. Founded the company together with my wife. Give her all the credits for building the right team and the balanced team, because I could never have done that. It's all about people. It's about balanced teams. We work with specialists coming from all kind of big companies like Apple, Google, Leica, Fugro, you name them, Toton and Boskalis. But hiring people is not that difficult. But let's say balance them out and make them winning teams. I think that's a big thing. And up till today, we were able to do so. So proven in the Netherlands, 100 cities and partners already on board. And if you capture already the whole country and you already extract information, you can serve all these markets. It's already available. So it's not, let's say, one tender. It's not, let's say, one government. No, if you already have the information, if you already extract everything up front, you can provide so much intelligence and so much information for designing, for planning, for building, but also for maintaining and for management. So the possibilities are endless. So proven AI models in the Netherlands, and we can easily copy them to other countries. As you can see, we extract already at scale. We extract nationwide in the Netherlands already assets at a high level. It's a high accuracy. We think it's crucial that professionals can also check what the AI is saying, that they can sample, that they can see, okay, the AI says something, but I want to make sure if this is right. If you give the control to the professional, you make them do the sampling in the environment based on the data, and you see the results of the AI, then trust is coming around the corner. And I think trust is crucial, because still there's a lot of distrust in, okay, yes, the AI, is it good enough? Well, give the professionals the tool to work with the data, to work with the information. This example of the platform that we have is a sensor platform. What we bring to other countries, we will always continue to innovate. So we will bring that to the ecosystem. Whatever we do, we will charge for that. We will continue to improve country over country, year over year. You see, this is an example of the Netherlands. You see Rotterdam, and you see also the information that you can get out of a data set like that. I found a little bit older animation, but it explains it really well what we do.
As a professional responsible for public spaces, you are always seeking insights and methods to create safer and more sustainable environments in a cost-efficient manner. In today's rapidly digitalizing world, a data-driven approach is becoming increasingly vital. AI Infrasolutions provides the cutting-edge insights you need. Our vehicles, equipped with 360-degree cameras, LiDAR scanners, and high-quality location sensors, continuously gather accurate infrastructure data. We map the entirety of the Netherlands annually, while also delivering customized data on a project basis. Our AI lenses take data to the next level by recognizing assets, assessing their condition, and understanding their context. This automated process generates invaluable insights. By combining this data with other data sets, such as aerial, drone, satellite, or historical data, professionals can make informed decisions quickly and effectively. We ensure that all preconditions are met, including seamless integration with other systems, compliance with laws and regulations, and 100% local storage of data to guarantee maximum privacy protection. The result? You receive up-to-date, reliable and verifiable information suitable for a wide range of applications. Did you get curious? Visit our website.
So I think that it explains it really well. Of course, there are things that you need to have in place, right? So we have our ISO certificates. It needs to be end-to-end. It's led by industry experts, what we put into the models. It's proven in the market, but again, I think the proof is always in the pudding. Is when you are local, you ask professionals to look at the quality of the data, to really check that, look at the quality of the AI models that we develop, because they can judge. And if they do a good job and they confirm, there we go. So this is work for innovation, crucial component. With the upcoming rise of calculation power, you will see there are a lot of possibilities there. But all the things that we have here in place, are there. Now we're moving to other countries. and we're starting a movement. And we call the movement spatial.com, spatial.ai, where we invite professionals from other countries to join the movement. And what do we mean by a movement? We are going to create this. It's the local geospatial ecosystem. And I highlighted in yellow what makes it so powerful. And this doesn't happen overnight. This is a matter of years. It's a decade when you build ecosystems. That doesn't happen, let's say, really fast. So it's really, you become part of the movement, and of course, we will continue to invest in what we deliver. Again, we're somewhere here if the system changes, but this, on a yearly basis, will update you guys on where we are, because this is going to happen. We have a whole portfolio that supports all of this, from the sensor platform to the operating suite. We already have AI solutions, and we have the studio that connects with existing software from Bentley, from Hexagon, from SWArcGIS, because it makes sense. It's part of the ecosystem. We look at partners. We look at the vision. We ask for the vision, because they should have a vision of the coming 5 to 10 years. Building data sets like this, that doesn't happen overnight. This is in years. But having the vision, also the sustainable business goals, I think are crucial, because we control this. So we should have the discussions about this with our partners before we say, yes, you are the partner for us, the right partner for us in our country. So again, it's an ecosystem, and we make each other stronger, but we also have this in the back of our mind. The movement is called spatial.com, built for the world, scalable and safe by design, and AI at the core. That's where we come from. This is more about the partner model. Come visit us at the booth, because that's where we are to answer all the questions. I have one more short video.